Good afternoon, everybody. Got Shadow here with Grixis control, playing Modern. So there's something that I really wanted to try, and I wasn't brave enough yet to really give it a shot. In theory, I think phyraxian scriptures complements or fills the gap that we have between our static casters and what would be a damnation. And I also think that it really plays really well with phyraxian Lalar, since our Thopted tokens are artifacts, and we could potentially make phyraxian a 3/3 or a 4/4, depending on our lines of play. And yeah, there is of course the downside that we cannot flashback it like a damnation because it's an enchantment. But on the upside, it is better than a Kalitas if it does hit important stuff in the graveyard, right? And also, I hope that it will grant us, like, instead of just one turn where we just clean the board, it will grant us 2 turns where an opponent cannot play into the board. So we have untapped mana. And as I said, I'm not 100% sure this will play out as I hope it will be. But actually, I mean, it can't get any worse than our win percentage against Hollow One. I think it's like 35%. Whereas everything else is 60% and up. Even burn. So I think phyraxian scriptures could be decent, could be good. Of course, it makes our affinity matchup a little worse. So we might want to play around with our numbers here and might want to go into ceremonious rejection instead of dispel, but I'm not at that point yet. Don't want to ruin other matchups because we put in like 2 new sideboard cards. But in theory, I think it could be pretty decent. We're going to see if that holds up or not as soon as we do get our cards here. So 26 qualifier points right now. I'm gonna have a Mox qualifier soon and play the qualification. See how our deck performs there. Next Saturday, I'm probably also gonna stream the Modern Challenge with Grixis or Asper Gift or Asper Control. Not sure yet. Still working on that list. Love the black lightning, full art black lightning bolt here. And there's phyraxian scriptures. As I said, like Kalitas, Damnation, you know, they both fulfill a role, but phyraxian scriptures actually like combines those two. And we'll see how important the 1 turn delay is. It's also not too bad if we like go in end of turn, Mendelian Clique or Nimble Obstructionist, and then have them be 4/3s or 4/2s. I mean, I don't know, we'll see. Get it, try it out, right? Nope, please do not just change my orders here. Alright, so with any other saga, I want to say that I really like the card design. Like, it's not only novel, but it's also really beautiful. They put a lot of really nice artworks there that are just, you know, they capture the style of Magic and the complexity without really going into like these types of, you know, comical or really like looking like a graphic designed picture, like a 3D model. What's missing here? I should have everything, no? I do not. Not entirely sure what's missing. I thought I had everything. Do I have to change around the determinates again? It's always determinates. No clue why. Okay, not determinates. Thought seizes. Oh my goodness. This game. This game. What is it here? Seriously though. Alright, there we go. Currently I want to keep playing with the 1-2 split between Nimble and Vendilion Click. The reason being that although I think Nimble Absorption in general is better in our deck, Vendilion Click, if our opponents all playing super aggressive with Aethervial decks and through the Breach decks, and then it's really good to just have a look at our opponent's hand in between as well. So join a league, play with play points, and then go ahead, jump into it. See if we can sneak a win past the top 10 here. Alright, that's a keep. Opponents on a mulligan. Yeah, might be fetching for a basic swamp here. Not something I usually do, but our hand currently allows it, and opponents on Geist, as it seems, with only one. So Geist are sent draft, definitely gonna be a problem. Mana Leak, annoying. Rattle Chains also annoying. And the Spell Snare is definitely annoying. So the question is, can we take the Spell Snare here, deploy the Jace, and take the Geist of Sintraft? And I'm going to say, yeah, we can. Hope so, at least. Opponent, yeah, put a card on top, so he might already have the second mana. Now we also do have a Logic Knot up, in case we do need it in time to counter a Geist of Sintraft. Interesting that he's fetching for a basic here, also basic planes. So he's gonna go and play a Rattle Chains end of turn. We could go play Snapcaster, but that would play into their Mana Leak. So and then they do have a second copy of Rattle Chains, so we cannot kill the other Rattle Chains with our first one. Interesting, interesting, interesting. Let's see if we do find another discard spell. No, we do not. Gonna discard Snapcaster Mage here, as good as it is. Do think we need all of our other cards, and we can get Snapcaster back. So of course, Geist is a problem. Is problematic, and I might be willing to kill Rattle Chains here just so he cannot flash in the Geist the other turn, and he needs to draw another land here in order to deploy it. I hope, of course, that he didn't. If he did, then we need to find a Liliana ASAP. But what's our... Yeah, I don't think we have other plays. Like, if we do not kill the Rattle Chains here, then Geist of St. Traft has Flash. Alright, there's the Geist. Not optimal. Definitely not optimal. Cryptic commands might be important at a later stage of the game. I want to keep up Nimble and Logic Knot at this point and go for Thoughtseize here. Oh my goodness, a Path to Exile as well. Yeah, I'm gonna take the Path to Exile and then just play the Nimble Obstructionist now. So we do have a potential blocker for Geist that we can then protect next turn. Might have been a little bit risky to take this Spell Snare turn 1, but him like he needed to have the third land by turn 3, which certainly wasn't. Okay, definitely have to kill this one. Tullewisp, otherwise getting some kind of weird enchantment for the Geist, which of course isn't good for us. Let's see if he attacks here. Otherwise we're gonna attack and just kill the Tullewisp. Gotta say though, it's somewhat of a weird play to play the Tullewisp if you have a Rattle Chains up. Okay, certainly gonna take the trade. Yeah, that sounds good to me. That's also good. So I think I'm gonna go Snapcaster here, just deploy it, cast the Terminate, and then next turn we do have Logic Knot and Lightning Bolt up. That does sound good. And Tullewisp, as I said, could become a problem if they, like, depending on the auras and enchantments they do have in their deck. That's a land, so they do have Rattle Chains and Mono League up here. Mono League not really of any importance for us anymore, so we're just gonna kill the rattle chains as it comes down. All right, land's definitely what I want to see. We're still a little behind in terms of life totals, but we also do have a lightning bolt in hand, and we do have a couple of really nice draws. Pia and Kieran Lar, especially good draw here on this board. Kolaghan's Command, though, also exceptionally good. Alright, opponent actually drew something here. Which is a spell. Tarpid, not the best draw, not the worst. Can help us. But we really don't want to get into a Pia and Kieran Lar here. There's Rattle Chains. I think I'm gonna bold that one. Mana Leak is not important. Disrupting Show for 1. That's also not a good card, but alright. Sure, let's counter that one. So he's left with a Mana Leak, and we do have 5 power on board. And also a lot of, you know, another Rattle Chains. Alright, so this time you're actually gonna get through. Don't want to throw my lightning bolt under the bus here. There's a Tull-O-Wisp. Also not really of importance. If we do draw land, he dies. Okay, Pia and Kieran Lar, certainly of the better sort. Don't know if that's really important for us to play, but I assume it is still. But that depends on the Tull-O-Wisp, right? We could go Pia and Kieran, and then next turn he's definitely gonna die. We could also, of course, just go Tarpit 2 times activation. Keep up the bolt. Yeah, why not? We don't necessarily need to show him that we do have a Pia and Kieran, and he needs to draw another spirit here, and that might actually also just puts it into their hands. Okay. There's another lightning bolt, so that should actually do it. Don't know how they can get rid of the creeping Tarpit here. And if they drew a Path to Exile, then we do have lightning bolts, double lightning bolt as backup. All right, good that we hit our Pia and Kieran Lars there. So, phyraxian scriptures, you say? Well, I do think it's not the worst here, right? It's not the worst if we can get it through. Definitely want to have the Izzet Steadycaster. There's a lot of 1 toughness things going on. Probably want to have collective brutality as well. That one's good but difficult to protect. These ones are necessary. Vanilla Click here, a little better than Nimble Obstructionist is. Certainly don't want to have the cryptic commands. It seems inadequate to deal with. A deck that only disrupts opponents with both counter spells as well as creatures that can counter at a certain like Mausoleum, Wanderer and stuff. So we really, although the power level of Cryptic Command is high, we really can't bank on its power. Fulminator Mage, I haven't seen green out of his deck, otherwise I might bring that one in against the likes of Township. But other than that, I'm feeling pretty alright with the setup here. We don't have many counters, but we do have a couple for the important situations, I hope. Alright, seems to be a keep. So this time we're not so... Well, that's a good draw. Opt Disrupting Shoal, Mana Leak. I'm actively gonna say that we're taking the Mana Leak here. We could also be taking Opt and then he is left with just a 2 mana counter. No, I think Mana Leak is probably the right choice. Like if he's pitching a Geist of St. Traft to an Izzet Steadycaster or something, that's still fine. So I don't think that Disrupting Shoal is so good. Rest in peace, sure. By the way, Rest in peace is a trigger, as many of you might have noted. And therefore it can be countered by a Nimble's Obstructionist when you cycle it. So really good there, in case we need it, but oftentimes we just don't need it. So in his upkeep, I think I'm going to play Izzet Steadycaster. Don't want to give him the opportunity, like we don't have anything to counter anyway. And I do not want to give him the opportunity to draw another card that might be a 3-drop or something. So we're going to play that one here. You found another? No, that's a Spell Queller. See, that's fine. He did that on his upkeep. He probably cannot deal with our Terminate, I hope. So we do have a Lightning Bolt next turn, as well as a Terminate. So let's play phyraxian Lair first. And then have a couple of options. There's another island. I mean, he can counter, like, for 3 mana he can counter most of our stuff, but I don't think that's really so important to us right now. So the only thing that he could be flashing in here would be another Spell Queller or Rattle Chains. Want to leave a Thopter back in case we want to go Thopter and then kill a Thopter. Okay, he's going to opt here. Okay, upkeep. Not gonna do it in the upkeep. If he wants to attack, then he can flash something in. Alright, So that's why phyraxian Lar is just great for the creature matchups here. You can force your opponent to do stuff. There's rattle chains. Now we do know that he has access to at least a there's a spell snare as well. Sure. Alright. So, thing is, now we do have a lightning bolt as well. And the Izzet Zedicaster, of course, can kill the rattle chains. Cast, yes. Then we're going to attack with our own phyraxian Lar and replay it as well. Oh, there's a mana leak. Alright. Sure. So our opponent drew pretty well, one has to say, but still fine. He's left with one counter spell that can now counter basically anything. But so we're going to try to find a spot where we can either blank it or take it out of his hand. So I want to resolve the Liliana. Therefore, I'm going to go with the Jace first. With Liliana and Izzet Zedicaster together are pretty potent in what they are able to do. Picking off, alright. He might have drawn another mana leak, but yeah. So now we can get rid of basically any 2 toughness creature, which is really nice. Also, okay, opponent conceding to our lineup there. So spirits, generally speaking, pretty tough matchup for any control deck because they're so disruptive and also protect their own threats so well, while also being just like attacking in the air. We haven't seen phyraxian scriptures yet, but I hope we still will. I've bought beautiful foil Thopter tokens that arrived today. Now my Grixis shell is almost completely foil. Not completely yet, but I do have the Liliana, the last hope Comic-Con promos, all my phyraxian Lars, Logic Knots, Nimbles, what have you, Terminates, a couple of Scalding Tarns, Serum Visions. Well, basically, without the Scalding Tarns, like all the not so expensive stuff. Oh yeah, and I do have the player reward full art promo bolt, which is like at €60 a piece. But other than that, I only have the not so expensive ones in foil. We'd like to play first again. That's a difficult to assess hand. It might be strong if we draw, say, a Watery Grave. It might be doing nothing for the first couple of turns. And generally, like, my first inclination here is mulligan, right? But, well, that's mulligan. Alright. Bottom that one, and then have a look at our opponent's hand. before we do anything else. Yoo-hoo, our most liked opponent. All right, so here there might be a case where we want to take Flame Blade Adapt, but I don't actually think so. Like Burning Tree allows him to cast Hollow One, and also will screw up our draw, and if we lose our Polluted Delta, then it's over anyway. So we're gonna take that one. So, looking at our sideboard, we do have, in fact, the Phyraxian Scriptures, which hopefully is good in the matchup. Did opponent keep a hand without a land? Interesting. Very interesting. So I'm gonna fetch blue, black here. And just so we have Liliana, the Last Hope lineup. And then I'm gonna go bottom, top, and then we do have double Cryptic after our own Liliana. One more turn, no land, and we are able to do something. There's a Black Ghast. Of course, not great. Do you know about a Black Ghast in opponent's hand? Oh no, shit, I should. Didn't take it up. But opponent still not having a land, but a Black Ghast again. So this time we're taking up Liliana, and we're also going to have Cryptic mana up, and we're not going to let that slide down here. And there are two Black Ghasts, sure. Basic Swamp, certainly not what opponent was looking for. And Dylan Click, not the worst draw. There is a case to be made to protect our Liliana here and just bounce their Black Ghast. I do think that's actually quite good. They have to discard it anyway again, but you know, that's their thing. Then they need to find another land. There's Black Ghast, Flamewake Phoenix, our Liliana, ultis in 2 turns. So we're trying to keep that dream alive. Opponent's just conceding. Well, that is quite nice. So what do I want to have? I want to have the, let's figure that out first here. So I want to have the Zedicasters, I want to have the Scarab God, I want to have Phyraxian Scriptures. Don't want to have all that. I do want to have Surgical Extractions, probably want to have Collective Brutality just so we have a little bit of life gain going on. Nimble Obstructionist, exceptionally bad here in the matchup. Our counter magic also not the best. I'm gonna sort that real quick here. Jace also not as strong as in other matchups because very susceptible to hate, and the Liliana is just super bad. Just super bad. Yeah, I think that's actually quite fine. Phyraxian Lar might be a 3-off though. Yeah. Of course, like I usually would have cut it maybe to a 2-off, but since we have the Phyraxian Sculptures, I do think that's maybe worth it. We're gonna keep this. Not a perfect hand, but we might be able to keep ourselves alive for long enough to resolve phyraxian scriptures. Of course, scriptures doesn't get a hollow one, but that's also not the important part of it. Important is there's Flaming Phoenix, no hollow one, thankfully. The important part is that we do have Colligan's command to like get rid of that one neatly without having any problems. And here might a hollow one come along. Opponent's already down to 12. I think I'm going to try to raise him. That's one hollow one. Please not a second one. Okay, so there's a Colligan's command that is pretty neat. But before that is happening, we need to stop. He's only got one Phoenix here. Yeah, so I think I'm gonna go for Bloodstained Mire here. Fetch a Steam Vents. Then go for Swamp. Can't really protect against this one, but we can then go into a Colligan's command followed up by an Izzet Steadcaster. So we're taking 6 here, going on to 14. Have gone through worse. Oh my goodness. There's a Burning Inquiry. We really can't afford to lose our Colligan's command here. Let's hide it. Yeah, successfully hidden the Colligan's command. And he has a fetch land. That's awful. Well. 2 Bloodghasts. We do not have access to the Steadcaster anymore. We're at 13 though. Doesn't make a difference. Well, I guess we might just instead get rid of looting and have a look at his hand. Can't protect against the Bloodghast coming off. He's Liliana the Veil in hand. That's really weird. But alright. Okay. So that was not how we planned it. Certainly not how we planned it. But we still have a fighting chance. Gonna take 4 next turn. Liliana is coming down. That's gonna be problematic, of course, but he's also at 8 already. He's gonna fetch one more time, so he's gonna be at 7. If we can resolve a phyraxian lore the turn afterwards, then we might be okay, in okay shape. Going to 9, going to 5, going to 1. Now let's see. We could of course also choose to let the Flamewake Phoenix live, just kill the hollow one, return Izzet Steadcaster. What's the better play here? Take 2 more now, but then get rid of the Bloodghasts all the time. Do we have that type of on that amount of time. Can we afford to do that? We're going down to 7. He has a Liliana. If he ticks it up, he's not gonna be able to hit us with a bolt. And we've taken all of his looting, so he's gonna have a lot of dead draws from now on. Flamewake Phoenix, of course, requires him to have another... Is it Steadycaster? So, which sense does that make sense? No, I think I'm just gonna kill it. Okay, so the reasoning behind this is that we're, like, he's at 8 life. If we go return as a Steadycaster, we want to go and not deploy it next turn because he will have a Liliana and then can kill it. So we need to deploy Phyraxian Lava first, and at that point it's probably more relevant for us to have Vendilion Clip come into play than is it Steadycaster. It's a gamble, definitely is a gamble. Opponent's passing priority, which is very interesting. Alright, so I think we're gonna go with Phyraxian Lava here. Could have, of course, also just go end of turn. So we might be able to kill him next turn. Gonna discard the Zero Visions, then attack for 3 here, 2 in the air, bolt up. Something like that. Cycling Hollow One, alright. Yep, discarding Zero Visions, I imagine. Vendilion Click also way too late here, so gonna go with the Vendilion Click. Yeah, he has to attack with everything, right? Only 1 card in hand, so we're gonna take it. Now there's a Hollow One. Alright, so opponent's dead. Great. Otherwise we would have been... Alright. So there's Phyraxian Scriptures. So now in this case, right? We would have access to just playing it, Phyraxian Lava, pump, somehow get rid of the Hollow One, and then, you know, everything's exiled. That's not the worst. That's really not the worst. Alright, so bolting you, and then it's over. Just being careful here and that I don't just accidentally pass the turn. Opponent minds. Alright, opponent's conceded. Great. So 4-0, 2-1. 4 in games, 2-0 in matches. That hopefully wasn't a prediction for this round. Alright, keeping that one as well. Interesting picture, never seen that one. Opponent's going down to 6. And starting over with a Forest and Sakura Sky. Yep. Pact of Negation, definitely important. So Sakura Tribe Scout is good, but not if you don't have bounce lands in hand. basic forest. So we didn't know about that one, so he just drew a forest here. Has Vesuva and Tolaria West in hand. Tolaria West, yeah. He cannot cycle. He's also not attacking, which is interesting. There's Vesuva, making it a wandering funeral. Interesting. Wants to have the blue mana going, apparently. So I guess we are going to go and have a look at his hand. Engineered explosives, and he has a Tolaria West. All right, so what can he do here? If he goes I mean, he can play engineered explosives for 3, but I don't really care for that. Yeah, let him have it. But he can transmute Tolaria West here, go for a Pact, then Pact next turn. He might also be going for a Walking Ballista, or just another land. All right, so there's engineered explosives. Not really a big deal. More important to know what he has in hand. And I do think we're still pretty safe here. Like, he can't just transmute without having an additional mana source. Okay, transmutes. I might be wrong though. So summon us back, yes. There's Colneyard Garden. So now we can force him to utilize Summoner's Pact, and then well, I think we're just going to counter the Summoner's Pact, right? Or aren't we? And like Sakura Tribe Scout still a liability here to play against, because she still has some shenanigans like end of turn, bounce Tolaria West, transmute. Would likely also want to get rid of that one. But sadly he drew another green source, otherwise we could have just made him lose here and force him into using the Summoner's Pact. But we might still do that anyway. If he draws a Cavern of Souls though, that'd be really bad for us. I'm still gonna play it. I mean, if he draws another bounce land, then he can just transmute again. Though, no, that's actually not so easy. I can't draw here. Right. That is a good draw. Just a forest for opponents. And now in the upkeep we can go Colligan's Commands, kill Sakura Tribe Scout. Of course, that is if he doesn't have a bounce land. If he does have a bounce land, that's way more. No, I don't want to return anything. I just want to make him discard and kill that thing. Okay, Primeval Titan, nice. Good hit there. And also gotten rid of the Sakura Tribe Scout. Alright, opponent just conceding from the game. Do want to have, is it Steadycaster? Liliana, not so good. She's probably going to bring in Ballots and can then transmute for them. Phyraxian Scripture, is that a good card here? Don't think it is. Nimble Obstructionist and Vendilion Click, definitely good. Want to cut a little bit here on what we're utilizing as counter magic. Want to have one Dispel, want to have one Surgical. If we can grab a Primeval Titan that's GG already, then he has to try to kill us with a Walking Ballista, which is not so easy to do. Probably only want to have one of those. Nimblest, just too good. Counter magic. So it's, I mean, we have to hedge a little bit against the Ballots. That's why I'm taking out Collective Brutality is certainly also good in the matchup, right? No, Colligan's Command's too good to pass up on. Phyraxian Lar maybe just not good enough. Do want to have the Collective Brutalities. And then a Scorpion God. Scorpion God can block a Primeval Titan pretty efficiently. Well, let's hope nothing fast is coming our way. Yeah, there's Cavern of Souls, so that's why I took out a little bit of our counter magic there. Still want to have the Dispel for or against the Pacts. He's named Snake because it's irrelevant to him as of this stage. Oh, that could be horrible. Like this, one of the fastest starts that he can possibly have. And he might even be able to... Okay. I think with the right amount of mana there, he could have possibly also just gotten a Primeval Titan out. Okay, we do want to have the Lightning Bolt. We also do want to have the Colligan's Command. Probably want to have the Colligan's Command over the... Alright, combos are now. Maybe he doesn't have a payoff card yet. That he's bringing in the Cavern there, end of turn, also indicative of him not having enough lands, maybe, in hand. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, yeah, this is just GG. Titan in hand and we're dead. Yeah, well, opponent apparently had it all. Didn't even need to activate the Sakura Tribe Scout here. Alright. Nothing I want to change really. Maybe want to have the Terminate in again. But other than that, nothing that I don't want to have. Okay. I mean, that was a beat-in, of course, but that was also a really good hand of our opponent. Like, he had everything he needed and wanted to have. Put a card on top. We do have Colligan's command turn 3. I would like to have access to red mana up until then, so we're gonna go fetch Ace Demons here. So I hope he doesn't have a Tribe Scour turn 1 or an Amulet of Vigor. My goodness. That's really bad. All the time. All the fucking time. Right. Let's see. We need him to chill for 1 turn, then we might be able to do something. There's an Explorer. Simic Growth Chamber. And there's an Amulet of Vigor, sure. So now, definitely gonna, he already has this set up to Giant, so this is 4 now. We can't let Sakura Tribe Scout untap. Just gonna get, oh. Good. Need to find something against his hand, either his hand or the Cavern of Souls here, which of course is problematic. Another card that might be okay, Vesuva, copying Demons. Now he has access to That's good once we know what's really going on in his hand. I probably also do want to have a third blue source instead of something else. There it is. Discarding Jace here. Yes. Let's have a look. All right, so Reclamation Sage. He can transmute to Laria West, of course. And for that, Vesuva is certainly a great card. But we can counter the Summoners Pact. And I think, do we not? Yeah. He always has the third green source, so even if we did find a cryptic command here, we again couldn't force the issue. Terminate, not a bad draw. Do want to have the Dispel. Doesn't help us this turn though, so I'm just gonna take it up. So Summon Aspect, of course, also threatens to get a Baloth, so we can only cast the Colligan's command with the Dispel this backup. Gemstone Caverns we didn't know about yet. No 2 out of 3 cards in his hand. Let's see if he's willing to Zero Visions here. If he's willing to take the fight. Bottom, do we want to top that one? Well, we have a lot to do, but not a lot of action. Still good to have another blue-red mana source. There's the Summoner's Pact. Definitely want to counter that one. There's Azusa. Azusa is actually not that big of a deal. So Reclamation Sage and something else. He could have another pact in hand, of course. If he did, then we're just killing ourselves here. We could also go discard these at Zedicaster, but it's probably not a winning line. Does he have another pact? Apparently not so. So he's discarding Reclamation Sage. Interesting. I think I might be going for another Zero Visions here. Just to get a little bit ahead of cards. Okay, good. I'm gonna have both of them, but in this order, so we can counter a Titan trigger. Might it come up? Did he find a Titan here? Yeah, that looks like a Titan. All right. If he also found a Pact of Negation, I cannot believe it. I cannot believe this. Oh my goodness. Well, that's lucky. Bojuka Bug, sure. Not a big deal. Yeah, so this is not great, of course. Now we have to use the Nimble in order to get to our Terminate, then terminate the Titan, and then we're left to our top deck again. Or to his top deck. Just hoping that he didn't found another Titan. But it also doesn't really make it better if we wait for him to trigger Titan, then we might just run into another counter spell. But that's really like, I mean, you know. Him finding both in that turn. Okay, we did find a Snapcaster Mage. We can at least do something now. Still not great though. There's another Snapcaster. Yeah, expect him to like just sandbag the unnecessary creatures now to confuse us a little bit as to what he has in hand and what he doesn't. And of course, he can bounce the Tolaria West here in order to get another pact. And that's fine with me. Well, actually, it's not so fine. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Even with that mana, it would only be 7. So, alright, mates, it resolves. You get another Titan. And a lot of lands. And I assume, like, if he does have another Tolaria West, he might be bringing that one in as well. Cannot counter it, yes. I do not know if it's actively bad to letting the trigger resolve here first. And there's another Tolaria West. So just horrible. But he can also not do everything here in one turn. We can also get rid of another Titan if we really need to. And of course our counter magic looking pretty silly here. Yep. Not the best draw as well. Though if he goes for it next turn, then he has to pay for 4, then 3 for the transmute, and then we might actually be able to counter something. Yeah. Going for Summoner's Pact here again. Yet again. He of course does have the required 6 mana here. But he only has 7 now, and we can actively 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We can actually deny him the additional Titan here. Unless he has another pact, that would be like really bad for us. But oh, this is 7. This is 8. Nimble, of course, one of our better cards, but not one. Oh my goodness, he found another Pact of Negation. What is going on here? Like, what are these straws? Rurik Tar. Great. His Vigilance and Reach, and we found another Logic Node. Alright, so whenever a player casts a non-creature spell, 6 damage. So I guess the play here is block, block, kill with the bolt. Yeah. I mean, opponent's drawn as good as it gets. We just need a god, a legal attack. Yeah, you need to attack, mate. Of course, this is also not good for us, because now if we block bolt, we're going to 5 and then we're just dead to a walking ballista. But you can't have everything, I guess. So we're gonna bolt him. Yes. The bolts. Okay. Then block. Block. He doesn't have trample, so don't have to worry about that one. Don't think it's necessary for us. Oh my goodness. Goodness gracious. Let's hope opponent doesn't draw anything. And we can just ulti Jace and then, I don't know, somehow win from there. But that doesn't look like it. That does not look like it. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Yeah, I do think we're just gonna fetch here as well, and I mean, hope for something. Nope, that's not it. That might be something. Oh my goodness. There's a terminate. How can we make this work? Is there any way we can make this work? Man, that was super unlucky in every way you might think it was. So, I mean, he does have double strike and trample and everything. We can have 5 toughness up. So he must deal 9 damage, but I think he deals like 16 in a turn. Could of course play Lily, get back Snapcaster, but that's something for next turn. So we're 1 turn slow here apparently. Nothing we can do about it. I don't exactly know what opponent's doing here. Bouncing the Bujuka, I mean, it's all irrelevant. You can just give double strike here and it's over. Yeah, for real. Exactsies. Great. That was, I don't know. I do not know. If we had drawn any threat, anything. Oh well, you can't always win. You can try though. Game 3 took 24 minutes. But I do think opponents can't believe his own luck there, that he always found the counter of the top of his deck, or the other way around, like always in that round where we just stabilized and had one counter spell up. Rogue deck wins. All right, keep. Somewhat rings a bell, but don't know what that guy is. Man, that was devastating. That really got to me, mate. Well, let's see. Opponent's unsure about his 7 cards. One might want to go down to 6. We are on the play here, which makes our Wandering Fumarole a little less clunky. But keeps on the 7. Alright. Let's see what you're up to. Would be great here if opponent was on a aggressive strategy, but would be somewhat slow in the beginning. KCI, alright. Definitely not a slow start. So I did this just in case we had drawn a Thoughtseize or Inquisition. Next turn, of course, we do have access to Colligan's Command, which is quite nice. But he is ahead in mana significantly. And I'm not sure if we have the time to deploy Jace. We might easily, but without knowing his hand, we can't be certain. So trying to play as flashy as possible here. Inventor's Fair, the beloved land. Yep. Mindstone. So he's gonna go for Mindstone here. So I was thinking about killing the Mindstone and making him discard, but since we do not have a lot going on in terms of disruption. Okay, so that's a KCI, right? Now in response, we're gonna make him discard and destroy the KCI. Okay, opponent sacrificed the KCI to itself. Might be willing to, place Grab Heap Scrounger. I think that's the correct name of the card. But you don't play, like I don't play too often against it, so I actually do not know. Let's already have a look at our sideboard here. Want to have the Fulminator Mages against the Inventory Sphere. Fair. We do want to have the counter squads, of course, and we also do want to have the surgical extractions. Collective Brutality, because he's playing so many. He discarded another Inventor Sphere, alright. Because he's playing so many artifacts and just a couple of sorceries like Ancient Stirrings, but might not be worth it, but we'll see what else we can throw out. Next turn could be a window for us, in case he doesn't have or find another KCI here. There's another KCI, so never mind. Otherwise we might have also brought in phyraxian Lar, but that's just too risky here. But we do have Cryptic and then Snapcaster Kolgan's Command, so that's actually decent. Go for it, mate, go. And there's the other KCI. And of course he has Buried Ruins and Inventor Sphere, but we just gotta slug through it. There's no way around countering KCI. Alright. So what we do have here is Snapcaster Kolgan's Command into Snapcaster Cryptic, up until we do find another counterspell. Another Buried Ruins, alright. Honestly, do not know if we want to risk it here, but we do need the clock, right? Do need to do something. He most likely still has Grab Heap Scrounger in hand. Probably want to get rid of a Mox Opal here. Can sacrifice the Mindstone and all the other stuff, doesn't make any sense. Yeah. Gonna go for that one. He can always replace it or get it back, and he might also have another copy in hand. but like it's not worth it to not 2-for-1 him. Also, it's relevant to at least restrain a little bit of his mana, because we're like our main counter spells is Logic Knot, and we don't have access to so many things yet. So this one and this one. He might sacrifice his Inventor's Fair or his Buried Ruins. Getting back, Crack Clan outworks, sure. So, but this is actually, you know, he has 1 mana less yet now. Gotten rid of Engineered Explosives, that's fine as well. There's another Cryptic Command, so we can actually deploy Jace here, which I like a lot. He's definitely protecting his Scrap Heat Rounder. What's going on here? Oh, another Crack Clan. Alright. So he's going all in here. Definitely want to get one of those in play. I think that's alright. Another Inventor's Fair. My goodness. Quadruples of all of the cards. Alright, let's counter draw here. And then counter draw the next time as well. And there's a Logic Knot. Certainly a good card on the board. Let's see what we can find. Liliana, also a pretty decent card here. Alright, so we do have the Logic Knot up. We can counter whatever's coming, which is probably gonna be another copy of Crack Clan. Do want to go with P and Kieran now first. If we go P and Kieran here, then we do have a Logic Knot up still. So Jace is gonna take up. Now we do have a significant clock, which is basically a 3-turn clock. So we're attacking with 6, and that's 18. But then we do have still, up until then, we do have access to Wandering Fumarole or there's another Crack. 1, 2, 3, just in case they are playing Summon Spirit Guide. Now it's going to be difficult for him. There's another Cryptic Command. I mean, there's nothing I want to discard, right? We can go Zero Visions here. Alright. Sure. Why not? Oh, Engineered Explosives, alright. Well, keeping it tight here. We're keeping it tight. He needs 4 mana plus an activation. He has access to 3 mana right now. There's Ether Hub. So he can do that end of turn. He's probably going to go for another Crack Clan. Ironworks. Don't matter to us. We're attacking for 6 here. He's going up to 11 next turn, and then we can attack for... We could flash in Snapcaster Mage end of turn, and then have access to 12 mana next, 12 damage. So a Mirror's Fair. Yeah, he needs to find something here, and he's going to concede once we play the Cryptic here. Nothing he can do. GG's. So we do want to have the fulminated mages, I think. We just have them here. All right. Want to have the counter squalls. Want to have surgical extractions. Collective brutality, as I said, not the best in the matchup, but let's see what we want to take out. So they are playing a couple of creatures. I'm definitely going to leave in the bolts, also to turn in the corner. At least one of those. Liliana of the Veil. Liliana of the Last Hope, not the best here. Cryptic Command, pretty good. 62 cards. Can we cut a logic knot? I feel like we can cut one additional Pionk and Lar because they are just coming in pretty late. And we might also be able to get rid of one more Terminate, though. Don't want to stare into a scrap heap stronger. I turn 2 or 3 and then won't be able to do anything. So of course, not the best hand. My goodness, my headset is a little bit shaky right now, but he's taking the mulligan. And we do have 3 cryptic commands, so I think we're gonna keep. Opponent's mulliganing to 5. Starting over with the growth of the Burn Willows. Hopefully not having the fastest start. Inventor's Fair. Okay. So actually going to go for the Zero Visions here. Well, actually don't want to have both of these, right? We need a black mana source. Nothing else. We have counters enough. Just need a black mana source and then we're good to go. Well, certainly not the mana source that we needed. Chromatic Star, sure. No plays. Black mana source, black mana source, black mana source. My goodness. Like it's always these types of games. Yeah, we need to protect. I mean, I guess we're just playing the Jace here and hope that he can combo off on the mulligan to 5 this turn, but he might be able to. If he does find a Kraklan, he might be able to. Right now he doesn't have Mox Opal. There's Engineered Explosives. That is actually fine with me. Another star. Alright. I mean, this is ridiculous, right? Anyhow, we're not yet getting punished, but this is like, I don't know how many cards we've seen. We've not even encountered a fetch land whatsoever. Terrarium. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, certainly not. Got a road response? No fucking way. Man, what is going on today? Just running into all of these crazy shit motherfucking decks. So what we can try to do here is bounce it, try to find the black source, and then get rid of it. Yeah. Finally. What a hustle. What a hustle. So, one more turn. One turn without a clan crack and we're alright. There's ancient stirrings. There goes clan clack, and then we are having a problem. Scrap trawler, alright. Yep. Not great. Is he getting back? What is it? He got back engineered explosives? Why? Why, dude? Why? So we do have counter squall. We would also have cryptic up. Don't actually know which one's more relevant. Yeah, now he's taking defense grid. Yeah, cannot let that resolve. So we're gonna counter squall away that one. Pretend we would have another card. We don't want to yet use the other cryptic command. It's not playing anything. All right. So he wants to use the Inventor Sphere or Buried Ruins. Okay, we do have counter squall and logic not up. So I'm gonna use their visions here. From another black source. We need some type of pressure though. Interesting play pattern by opponent. He apparently thinks that he can outgrind us. And that might well be the case. But at some point we should be finding either a Vendilion Flick. Yeah. Can go Buried Ruin, of course. There's another defense grid. We're going to counter it again. All right, so let's see if he's going to utilize that one. 2, 3, yeah. So Buried Ruins, a little problematic here. would like to have him played first before I use the surgical. Inca Wellspring, yeah, no, not a problem. There's Pier and Kieran Lar. We do have Logic Knot as a backup, as a contingency plan. But again, it's not pretty. But I'm still going to do it here. He does have 5, 6 mana, 7. I hope that he uses Buried Ruins here to get my defense grid back. Is that a defense grid? Yeah. All right. Track lag, yeah. All right. So he has 2. Let's have a look here. Oh, he's playing Worm Coils. Interesting. And next thing, as soon as we draw a Snapcaster Mage, I still think that we need to take the defense grid here over the Scrap Trawler, although that's part of the combo. But especially like for these types of cards where he just goes into a Worm Coil Engine or something, then we want to be able to cast our counter spells. All right. Other than that, Aether Flux Reservoir. And we definitely want to get rid of the Trawler next. So now he's going to go for it. Yep. Interesting. I guess he's playing around a logic, not a mana leak here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. Summon Spirit Guide. Any shenanigans there? I think that should be okay. So he does have a follow-up play, which of course might be an engineered explosives. Yeah. All right. So now we're gonna take the Crack Clack Ironworks. In his draw step. So even if he wants to go Inventor's Fair in response to a surgical extraction, it just puts it into a hand. So we still get it or get rid of it. So that's not a problem. I'm undecided if we want to go and surgical for life here. I still think that probably is what we're going to do. Just in case. I also don't know what opponent's up to here right now. But the Worm Coil Engine's definitely going to be a problem. Though we haven't found any of our Kolaghan's commands yet. We haven't brought in the Scorpion God, and we're a little light on removal. We do have a Terminate in hand, so we can get rid of one. We might also be bringing it, like just getting rid of Scrap Trawler. Maybe that's even better than just getting rid of Crack Clan Ironworks. I'm not 100% certain of it though. Yeah, I might actually just get rid of the trawlers here. Pay with life. Just in case we need to use the Terminate. There is Cracklarn and there's an Aetherpore. Oh my goodness, yeah, I should have taken the Cracklarn, but still, Scrap Trawler. Still a good value card and incremental to the combo. So I do think that we need to let the Ironworks itself pass now. He only has like one draw off of it, so I don't really care about that. He does have a lot of mana then though. That's a problematic one. This one is problematic. So we're gonna go counter draw here. So now we're in the hope and pray territory. Aetherflux red board. When he has 50 life, he can deal 50 damage to us. Interesting. This one appears to be one of the better cards, I think. So One Ring Funeral not yet coming in this turn, but next turn. Really want to get rid of that one. Man, what a game. What a game. Oh, and then another Girapu Aether Grid. Just can shoot for 1 damage. But that might be enough, right? In certain situations. So now we can't attack with the Fumeral anymore because he can just shoot it. I mean, we could attack for 1, but that's not really worth it. Would rather pretend to have a counterspell up. Really need to find something here. Do have 5 damage on board though. 3. Oh my goodness. It ain't changing. It ain't changing. Should we be attacking with the One Ring Funeral here as well? Doesn't really matter to us, right? So this is 6. Of course, this ain't perfect. Not the way we wanted to do this, but 6 is still more than 1 a turn. Terrarion, alright, comes into play tap though. Logic Knot. Okay, Logic Knot changes a couple of things. because now we can actually get rid of a warm call engine or something else that he's going to try to bring into play. But 5 is still slow. He's regaining life here. Man, this is not a nail biter. We do need some sort of Snapcaster Mage, some sort of anything really. Mind Stone draws him into another card, and it's also good to just deal damage to us, but probably not worth to counter here. Problem is that most of our stuff, like we can't get rid of the Girapur at the grid without a Snapcaster Mage. Another Terrarion. This bad. Alright. Up to 15, we're putting him down to 12. He's instantly sacrificing it. There's a Moxopol 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Moxopol isn't relevant. Cannot believe that we're close to losing this fucking Girapur at the grid. Really shitty card to play against. Our Occult combination just can't get rid of it. He still has 2 mana to damage up. We're just drawing lands as always. Still want to force him to use it here. Yeah, I don't think that this changes anything. If he wants to kill the Creeping Top Pit, then we're gonna switch for full damage there. Okay. So he's just attacking us. Interesting. Pretty confident that he can kill us here, apparently. So he has 3 damage on board now. 2 redraws. Definitely want to have the Snapcaster Mage. So we attack with Pia and Kiran. We then end of turn bounce the Girapur Ether Grid. Oh my goodness, we don't have enough mana. No, we have to do it now, right? There's 1 in the bin. So we attack first, and then we go bounce draw. We do have a Logic Knot, but that's really that's ballsy to rely on the Logic Knot there. Okay, now he's shooting Pir and Kiran. Interesting. also quite good. All right. So what are we going to do here? I think, yeah, we're going to lose the Snapcaster Mage, but Snap, bounce this one. Cryptic, bounce draw. One, two, three, four. Into Snapcaster Mage, then go Snapcaster Mage Surgical, get rid of Girapu Ether Grid. Alright. He didn't even kill our Snapcaster Mage, which is interesting. We're gonna go ahead and do that in his draw step though, just to see what he drew. I don't think that's really relevant, but we're still gonna do that. Just in case he wants to hide something from us. So, surgical extraction. Yes. Surgical against Girapu Ether Grid. Oh, there's a guttural response, but we ain't playing a blue instant spell, so that's a dead card, which is good. So cards we do not want to see here are the two warm coils at any given point. Other than that, we're pretty okay. Yeah, opponent's got to start churning here. We do have a decent clock up now. Finding the ancient stirrings, not good for us. There's a Mirror Retriever. Mirror Retriever, definitely not the worst. But he's looking for those warm coils, like big time now. Mirror Retriever, yeah. What? Inca Wellspring. All right. So he's looking for those warm coil engines, and he's back up to 20 already. Man. Oh, he's... Oh my goodness. This is insane. Oh my goodness. He might just kill us with the Aetherflux Reservoir. What the fuck? What the fuck? Well, to be honest, yeah, we played to our outs here. There's nothing that we could have done. This is just unfair. Undeserved. Just like... So just want to point out, we haven't had a single call against command in all that we've been doing. So now I'm actually thinking, like, since he's going for the long run here, I'm actually thinking that Liliana Lasso might not be the worst. And I also want to have the Scorpion God here. Pretty fucked up about how that went down. All the other stuff is good though. That's not good. What a game. I actually thought that we saved ourselves there. Definitely want to have that on the bottom. Opponent topped his card. Terminate's not as important as of now. We do have a lightning bolt and we need to find some other pieces first. Ancient Stirrings, yes. So somewhat slow start by opponent. Nimble, certainly a good card here. There's a Mind Stone, probably going into a Terrarion. Yeah. Defense grid. Well, can't really let that happen without doing something myself. I'll play the Nimble here. There's a Wormcoil Engine. He has 1, 2, 3, 4 mana available. 5 with that one. Cracklan, of course, just the killer here. So we're going to take that one away. And if he's going to play Wormcoil Engine, then we're just going to bounce that one on our turn. Hope it slows him down a little bit. So he's preserving all of his... Oh no, come on, what a find, man. Oh my goodness, this dude. Motherfucker. Yeah, I do not think there's much that we can do here. Like, Girapo Ethergrid, really the painkiller. Yeah, I guess we're just gonna try and draw a discard spell here. Don't see any other way to still win this. Nope, that is not it. Now he's going for the Kraklan. Yeah. And then it's just over. That hasn't lined up well. Without the Ether Grid, it would have been alright, but this way it's just horrible. And there, of course, in Grixis colors, if you don't have any option to get rid of an Ether Grid, that sucks, of course. I don't know, like, you gotta say, but I feel both against Amulet Titan as well as this one is somewhat undeserved that we lose it. Now is the combo out. So, can get rid of Buried Ruins, of course, and kill the Wormcoil engine, but that isn't a winning strategy per se. If we kill that one here, like, I don't think we can have a lift. I'm just gonna, yep. Wellspring, sure. Let's see if we can time him out. Don't think so, but might still be possible. So let's see, we're going to bounce his Wormcoil engine. He's only, like, he's got 1 minute left here. So let's see. Does he have a guttural response here? Or did he find another? Oh, he's sacrificing it. Alright, sure. Yeah, that's actually the way better play. Yeah, so nothing to add there. nothing to add. Last round, let's see. Pretty disappointed about those ones. I might want to analyze both games in retrospect and see if we like had major mistakes there, but I'm uncertain that we have had or that we did make mistakes that cost us the games. Phyraxian scriptures, of course, not yet shining. Only brought them in against Hollow One, and they weren't doing anything really. Let's see what opponent's going off with here. My goodness. Come on, man. Alright. Looks like Maru Pyromancer. So we're taking both Kolaghan's commands here, hedging a little bit against Blood Moon by fetching for a basic island. Well, yeah, I do not want to be too greedy. Rather find another black source, which we just have. Get rid of the Kolaghan's commands. Is he gonna bolt us in response, or what he's gonna do? There's a Blood Moon already. Sure. So actually gonna take the Blood Moon here. I think that's his only copy main board. And then play out the Liliana. Oh my goodness. Come on. This can't be real. Yeah, come stop thinking about it as if you're taking the Nimble Obstructionist. Yeah. Now, of course, we stacked our top tech wrong, because now he does have access to Kolaghan's command before we have access to our Vendilion click. He doesn't know about it though. Iron Mesa, there's a Bloodstained Mire. He does have a Sacred Foundry. No. Has that just been revealed, or is that also in his hand? Not 100% certain about this. Not sure, but we're gonna bring it in tapped. Yeah, now he probably... interesting. What's this supposed to mean? Gonna get rid of the Nimble here. Lingering Souls. So we do know about the fail push in his hands. I might actually be thinking about utilizing the Vendilion Click in order to increase our own hand, or to make our own hand better. There's a Nimble Obstructionist, also not a very good draw against Lingering Souls. Logic Knot, something at least. Nimble Obstructionist, of course, not good. But in case he had drawn a Bedlam Reveler, we would like to know about it. And he could, of course, now crack the Bloodstained Mire, but then we're going to... Or he just bolts the click. Oh, Fork Bolt, Lightning Bolt. Faithless Looting. Man. Just getting worse here. Just getting worse. Let's cycle. Okay, Snapcaster Mage. Still alright. That he took it. Going to 4 here. Three next turn, and then we die to every bolt. Just one fatal push left. Also down to 13. Pink Lar. First good draw that we had in ages, but now he's probably gonna top deck a bolt or something, and then it's just over. But I'm not willing to give it up yet. Still gonna play this out. And we also don't need much. If we draw a Snapcaster Mage, we're back in the game, right back in the game. Peasy. Obviously, and we're dead. Great, just great. So we're gonna bring in these ones, definitely. Don't want to have the counter magic. It's just not good against like huge amounts of discard. One surgical extraction is good. I want to have collective brutality. Liliana of the Veil, just horrendous, as are these. think I want to bring fulminator mages and then I'm good. So phyraxian scriptures, now's your time to shine. Looks like if there's any, if there has ever been a matchup where phyraxian scriptures should be good, it's this one. Keep. Opponents on a mulligan. Of course, Blood Moon hurts us as always, but it always does. So we're gonna go with the Sulfur Falls turn 2, then fetch the Bloodstained Mire for a basic swamp, I think. So what's this indicating here? Not sure yet. Dreadbore, sure. So we cannot use the Dreadbore for Liliana, and he's only playing one copy of Dreadbore. I mean, yeah, Blood Moon still horrible for us, but no way we can play around it. These thought seizes, timely thought seizes. I mean, it's not too bad, right? If he takes the phyraxian scriptures, that's not good, but it's also not too bad. But I wanted to play it at least once. But I think we're going to take Liliana up as far as we can. Alright, interesting. And I think we might also just be deploying... Oh, yeah, we're just going... Oh my goodness. Does he have another discard spell? Hopefully he doesn't. Bolt, Liliana, alright. Okay. Faithless Looting, Lingering Souls. A couple of important cards in their graveyard. So phyraxian scriptures, of course. Is it worth it here? Yeah, I'm willing to risk it, I think. Okay. We do not have a target, but we're going to get rid of his graveyard, which is hopefully going to slow him down significantly. There's a Battle Unraveler. So that's what I meant, right? He's forced to play it now. Discarding all those cards. Now it's going to get eaten during the next turn. There's an Inquisition, sure. Alright. There's a Thoughtseize. Relevant one. Another Battle Umbrella. Certainly. So let's see. It's either Faithless Looting or Lingering Souls, but it's not both. There's a Looting, trying to find a bolt for our Liliana, because that's gonna destroy most of his game plan. Marsh Flats. Okay. Sure. Good. So I'm thinking to utilize Liliana here, get him back at Jace. Yeah, probably a Jace. So he needs two very specific answers in order to get rid of both. So first time that we encountered phyraxian scriptures, and I have to say, I liked it. Liked it a lot, liked it a lot. And I think that our opponent, did he? Yeah, Thoughtseize, yeah. So he could have taken the phyraxian scriptures. I think he, okay. All right. Top. But opponent's still drawing pretty well. Like one has to say. Lingering Souls, sure. Get one of them. So we could go Snapcaster. No, not yet. Nahiri the Harbinger. Yep. Didn't discard a card, so we also didn't draw one, right? We're gonna make Colligan's Command. We know that there's another Colligan's Command on top of our library. So we're gonna go discard 2 damage here. Okay, we didn't want to discard that one. Interesting. Then we're going to deal 2 damage and return our Jace. And that should be it. What a hustle. What a hustle. Yep. That's not really a thing here, and the Lingering Souls just embarrassing at the board state here right now. Putting that one there and go attacking. A good thing about Phyraxian Scriptures not being a sorcery or instant card is, of course, that it can be taken by Collective Brutality, which many lists of run as well. Sure. Discard. Top. Yep. Have we shown him phyraxian Lar in game 1? Don't think so, so we might just not want to do that. Let's see. Yeah. Opponent sees the writing on the wall. Okay, so I was pretty happy with the way we boarded. I think we can run that back. Scorpion God, of course, if we get to it, really good against opponent. He actually cannot get rid of it. I don't think in any way or matter. Those are fun games, man. What a league. Also, super long. I don't know how long the video is going to be, but probably like 3 hours or something. But it's super fun league. Super fun league. No matter how this decider turns out to go. A lot of basics. That's what I'm going to keep here on the draw. If we do manage to find a, just showing him the mountain to scare him off a little bit. Don't play a Pyromancer. Don't play Pyromancer, man. Please. No. No. One turn. Pyromancer into, well, alright. That we can deal with. We do have 3 ways of getting rid of the Pyromancer, so still annoying. We could also just go for the Blood Crypt in case he doesn't have another land source, I think. Phyraxian Lar is enough of a buffer, and we also have a decent amount of ways to get rid of stuff. So let's see. I of course don't want to be running into like 5 or 6 elementals, but if it could pay off here that he fetched for a basic swamp, then I'm going to take the opportunity. Okay, so not yet. Not yet there. We do have the second source here for Phyraxian Lar, which is important as well. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bedlam Reveler. 1, 2, 3. There's nothing really that I want to get rid of, so we're just gonna kill that one. I want to preserve the islands, and I need a second red mana source. Nahiri? Looks to be Nahiri. Of course, super strong on the board state here. Discarding Blackleaf Cliffs. So he was actually pretty light on like anything. I'm gonna fetch black red here. Then I'm gonna play Phyraxian Lar and pressure Nahiri next turn. Is it Zedicaster? Of course, also a good draw. So we don't have to deal with the elemental tokens. Another Blackleaf Cliffs. Alright. So of course he can ultimate into Bedlam Revelers, which is pretty potent, but also just going through his deck, discarding stuff, super strong. Also makes the deck slower, of course. We don't know what he does have in hand, so I think we are supposed to just go with an Izzet Steadycaster here. Kill these. Then attack Nahiri. Well, yeah, I think, am I fine with the trade here? I think I am. Of course, it slows down our clock, but we do have an answer to a resolved Bedlam Reveler, which might be more important. Yeah, I think that's fine. So this might be a Bedlam Reveler here, or a Blood Moon. Looks like a Blood Moon, right? Faithless Dueling, flashback, alright. There definitely is something else that he wants to be doing here. He gets a couple of looks at it. So next turn, I'm not sure if he wants to preserve his Nahiri, so he goes for a discard Pyromancer. So he might have kept some sort of removal spell. And if he did, then Creeping Tar Pit would definitely alright, interesting. So has he given up on the Nahiri, or did he keep a removal spell? Let's have a look. Yep, kept a removal spell. I thought so already. So we do have a Fulminator Mage here. Yeah, we should have attacked first, but still better this way than just running into it, I think. We do have a Phyraxian Lar backup contingency plan. Let's see. If he discards his card here, yes he does. Lingering Souls. Pithing Needle onto our Creeping Tar Pit, most likely. We're still gonna attack Nahiri with all that we have. And Creeping Tar Pit, sure. So opponent's trying to preserve his Nahiri with everything he has. Still fetching for basics here. That's why I didn't get a third red source to have access to both of these. Let's see if he double blocks the Fulminator Mage here. Yeah, it's possible that he does. And am I gonna take the trade here? I think I do when I have Phyraxian Lar on the battlefield rather than the Fulminator Mage wouldn't be good here anyway. So let's see, he's looking at his hand again, Inquisition, which, well, I mean, not the worst card. Now he has a random card. We're gonna attack for 5. Nahiri. Upkeep. Gonna kill Nahiri here with a Thopter token. Rather than spending Terminator Lightning Bolt here. Another Nahiri? Come on, man. Or Lingering Souls. It's also possible. Young Pyromancer. Young PZ, sure. That ain't no problem, mate. Yep. So if we draw a Kolaghan's Command, that would actually be pretty nice. Because I want to get rid of the Pithy Needle. Snapcaster Mage, also a good draw. I mean, we have so much value in our deck, right? Scorpion God, Snapcaster Mage, Kolaghan's Command, any of them are good. Even a Phyraxian Scriptures is good. Blood Moon, of course, wouldn't be so good. Okay. Just a land here. And I gotta say again, like, what an amazing game. Really good game. We have our own Lingering Souls tokens going on here. Still have basically everything up. Phyraxian Scriptures. So yeah, I think I'm willing to just play it. I'm gonna attack him first. Our Thopters aren't being, you know, nothing happens to them. Okay, one Thopter, nothing happens to it. And then he cannot cast. He cannot cast Venom Revelers once he draws them, although he has 5 mana. Unless he plays it now, but other than that, sure. Gonna attack for 2 here, sneak it in. And then next turn exile his graveyard. I don't think he has a way to get out of it. Maybe he does. What is that? Okay. Yeah. Great. 1 life, bolt. What a great game, what a great league. Only a 3-2, but man, those games, awesome, really good. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did, and I'm gonna tune off here. You know everything about my list already. Oh yeah, so the assessment of the Phyraxian Scriptures looked really good there in the games against Maru Pyromancer. Even just having access to the last mode, really good. And we also prevented him from playing anything. Of course, there's a small gap between the 2nd and the 3rd chapter, where your opponent can deploy things again with having access to his graveyard. But other than that, like, outstanding. I think I'm gonna leave them in, and I'm gonna order some for my paper deck as well right now. I mean, I can't be certain yet, but as of now, it appears to just, fill the gap that I felt was between Damnation and Kalitas, and I really wanted to have both effects, as you've seen in many of my other videos. And so Phyraxian Scriptures really doing a lot of work. Now the last thing that we really have to talk about is Surgical and Dispel. Probably going to swap out a little bit here, but yeah, so these cards here all seem perfectly fine. Yeah, so see you Wednesday at the latest, I hope, on my Twitch account or during my stream Wednesday morning in Europe, otherwise the night from Tuesday to Wednesday. And yeah, see you there. Have a good day, guys.